We're diving into a topic that has everyone buzzing, raising serious questions about the truth behind the headlines. The news reports claim the death toll from Hurricane Helene stands at around 200, but local sources are painting a much grimmer picture, one that suggests the number could be as high as 900. So what's really going on here? Why are these figures so vastly different? In a world flooded with information, it can be challenging to discern fact from fiction. Are the media outlets providing accurate reports, or are they missing crucial details that local residents are witnessing firsthand? With such a dramatic discrepancy in numbers, it leaves us wondering, who is telling the truth? Is it the official reports or the voices from the ground that hold the key to understanding this tragedy? As we explore this unsettling situation, we'll unpack the implications of misinformation during critical times like these. How do these conflicting reports impact the community's response and the government's aid efforts? And what does it mean for the families affected by this disaster? Stay with us as we navigate through these conflicting narratives. We'll delve into eyewitness accounts, expert analyses, and the potential reasons behind the media's numbers. By the end of this video, we hope to shed light on what's really happening and give you a clearer picture of the reality on the ground. It's a story that demands to be told, and we're here to bring you the facts. The contrast between reported death tolls is alarming. Official sources, including major news outlets, state that the number of deaths due to Hurricane Helene is around 200. This figure, while tragic, appears manageable when compared to local accounts estimating nearly 900 lives lost. Why is there such a significant difference? One reason could be the chaos that typically follows a disaster. Many areas might be hard to reach, and communication can break down. Local residents often rely on their observations and experiences, which can lead to inflated numbers. It's common for those enduring a tragedy to emphasize the extent of the damage they witness, making it easy to understand why some might believe the worst. Media outlets, on the other hand, often rely on official statements from authorities, which might not fully capture the on-the-ground reality. They may prioritize rapid reporting of verified facts instead of waiting for a comprehensive assessment. This rush to report can create a gap between the numbers presented by the media and the actual devastation faced by communities. Moreover, misinformation can complicate the situation further. In today's social media-driven world, anyone can share information, regardless of its accuracy. Local rumors can spread quickly, creating confusion and panic. As we navigate these conflicting figures, it's essential to scrutinize the sources of our information and seek out first-hand accounts that reveal the true extent of the devastation. The stark contrast in death toll figures raises critical questions about trust and accountability in the wake of tragedy. As the local death toll claims near 900, communities grappling with unimaginable loss are left feeling unheard and abandoned. This discrepancy isn't just a statistic, it reflects a deep disconnect between the lived experiences of survivors and the narrative shaped by external forces. Local residents, who are on the front lines of this disaster, possess unique insights into the true extent of the devastation. They witness the destruction of homes, the loss of loved ones, and the sheer chaos that unfolds in the aftermath. These first-hand accounts reveal a community in mourning, struggling to cope with overwhelming grief. When local leaders speak of a higher death toll, they are voicing the fears and heartaches of their neighbors, painting a picture of reality that is far more harrowing than what official sources convey. On the flip side, media outlets often prioritize the need for verified information, emphasizing clarity and accuracy in reporting. While this is essential, it can sometimes result in a sanitized version of events that fails to resonate with the gravity of the situation. News reports, with their reliance on official statements, may inadvertently overlook the voices of those living through the nightmare. As a result, the media's portrayal can come across as distant and disconnected from the raw emotions experienced by the affected communities. This divergence in narratives has serious implications for the recovery process. When local communities feel that their realities are dismissed, it can breed resentment and distrust toward authorities. People need to feel seen and validated, especially when they are dealing with loss. Misinformation can also hamper relief efforts, making it difficult for aid organizations to allocate resources effectively. The disparity between these figures illustrates a broader issue that extends beyond numbers. It is a matter of empathy, connection, and understanding. In our next section, we will explore the wider impact of these conflicting narratives on the community and the actions needed to bridge the gap. The conflict between the reported death tolls not only affects the grieving families, but also poses significant challenges for the recovery efforts in the community. When discrepancies arise, the impact ripples through various sectors, including emergency services, local government, and humanitarian organizations. Misinformation can lead to misallocation of resources, where aid does not reach those who need it most. If local leaders are reporting higher death counts, this might indicate a greater need for medical supplies, counseling services, and support for families dealing with loss. The challenge becomes even more pronounced when volunteers and aid organizations operate under the assumption that the lower death toll is accurate. When relief efforts are planned based on underreported figures, they may fall short of addressing the urgent needs of the community. For instance, food and shelter provisions might be inadequate to support a larger than expected number of displaced families. This not only prolongs suffering, but also can create tension within the community as survivors grapple with the reality of their circumstances. Moreover, the emotional toll of this misinformation cannot be understated. Families in mourning often seek clarity and acknowledgement of their loss. When they feel their experiences are minimized or ignored, it can lead to a sense of isolation and frustration. This emotional disconnect can foster a pervasive atmosphere of mistrust, not just towards external authorities, but also among community members themselves. It becomes crucial for local leaders to communicate openly and transparently, bridging the gap between official reports and community experiences. They must validate the pain of their constituents while striving for a more accurate portrayal of the disaster's impact. As we reflect on the implications of these contrasting narratives, it is clear that unity and understanding are essential for healing and recovery. Without a collective effort to acknowledge the true extent of the tragedy, the road to rebuilding becomes fraught with obstacles. As we move forward, we must recognize the importance of every voice in the community and ensure that the narrative reflects the reality faced by those directly affected. The stark difference in reported death tolls surrounding this tragedy raises serious concerns about the integrity of the information being shared. When the news claims 200 lives lost, while local sources suggest the figure could be as high as 900, it becomes difficult to discern the truth. This disparity not only leaves us questioning the accuracy of the media, but also creates a climate of distrust among the community. Families affected by this disaster deserve clarity. They should not have to sift through conflicting reports while grappling with their grief. The local voices must be heard and acknowledged, as they provide invaluable insight into the true extent of the tragedy. However, when those accounts contradict mainstream media reports, it creates confusion and uncertainty about whom to trust. As we analyze this situation, it's clear that the need for reliable information is more critical than ever. Communities rely on accurate data to understand the scale of the devastation and to make informed decisions moving forward. Misinformation only serves to heighten anxiety and erode public confidence in those responsible for reporting the news. Ultimately, we must demand better from our media sources. The people deserve a comprehensive and truthful account of what transpired, without discrepancies that leave them in doubt. It is crucial for journalists and news organizations to prioritize transparency and accountability in their reporting. The lives lost should not become just another statistic. They represent families, friends, and loved ones whose stories matter. As we continue to navigate this complex situation, let's remember the importance of truth in journalism and the responsibility that comes with it. Thank you for tuning in and stay informed.